Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently holding for further traffic clearance.
Check out Kristen's new website, magicaljourneysvacations.com, for all your vacation needs. Disney, Universal, cruise lines, and more.
Thank you for traveling with us.
magicaljourneysvacations.com. Have her book your magical vacation today.
WDW After Dark. Now loading.
WDW After Dark. WDW After Dark. Live and uncensored. Starring Jeff Davis, Al Jonko, Kristen Hetzel, and Eric Allen. WDW After Dark is live and uncensored. Call the hotline at 410-98-WDW-AD. Follow us on Facebook at WDW After Dark Webcast and Twitter at WDW After Dark. Headline news, Disney food, video games, Marvel and Star Wars. WDW After Dark. Live and uncensored. And now prepare yourself for WDW After Dark.
Welcome, one and all Disney fans, to the weekly show for Disney fans. It's a late show, WDW After Dark. Welcome to the fray. I am one of your hosts among our talking heads today. My name's Al John Go, lifelong Disney fan, joined by our good friends, Mr. Eric Allen. Hello, sir.
See, hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How about you, bud?
Man, I tell you, crazy week. Crazy week, and we're going to talk about this crazy week, even though we're just a couple days in. Star Wars.
We are recording right now, right? Okay, there we are.
Oh,
yes, I see.
We're recording. Oh yeah, we're recording for sure.
We're live,
live all the way. Live all the way live. Also joining us from a remote location on the desert planet of Jakku, Mr. Jeff Davis.
What, Al John? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Sometimes
Hi.
when we're in remote locations like I am today, the internet doesn't want to work so to our advantage. So we just kind of have to make do. I was alluding to the fact that Star Wars broke the internet last night during Monday Night Football. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to discuss the trailer. Eric has got a very special new segment we're going to do on the show tonight. And we invite all of our Disney friends to join in the discussion as well. If you're checking us out live via blab.im, we would appreciate it. If you come in, like our podcast, subscribe to it on iTunes, on Stitcher, on TuneIn. You can also like our webcast, because this webcast goes live every single week on iTunes. So go ahead. Check us out there at WDW After Dark on iTunes, archive of shows, and so much more at WDWAfterdark.com. Quick thing. Everyone wanted to get their tickets, and if you haven't got your tickets for Star Wars The Force Awakens, you should. And you can do that using our Fandango link. We talk about it. It's in our show notes. And you need to go ahead and use that link, because every single time you use that link to buy movie tickets, whether it's for a great horror movie, Disney movie, or in this case, Star Wars, like I did this morning, it helps the show out. So please do it. And the other thing you can do is also support the show by clicking on our Amazon link. Doesn't cost you any more, just like Fandango. You get the same great Amazon services, but you do help the show out. Jeff, Kristen, Eric, we've all shopped using our Amazon link, whether it's pre-ordering Star Wars Battlefront, ordering the new PS4 Darth Vader limited edition PlayStation. You could do that, or Disney Infinity, or costumes for the kiddies. You can do that as well. And last but not least, you can also book your Disney trip, your Universal trip, your Disney cruise, your Adventures by Disney by supporting Kristen at magicaljourneysvacations.com. She'll always hook you up with a great deal. Also, if she can find discounts, she will apply them to you. Why just give your money away to the mouse? Why don't you take away the frustration of booking your own trip and have Kristen apply all those discounts and deeper discounts that you don't even know exist, or maybe even give you a free upgrade when you book with her at magicaljourneysvacations.com. Now,
let Kristen be frustrated for you.
That's right. She has a direct line of frustration to the mouse. So pass on the frustration. That's what she does. And once again, it's a really great service. So I suggest you all check it out. Now, typically we do some news, but today we'll do some discussion. How about that? Disney discussion.
That's just crazy talk.
Last night, Star Wars ruled not only the TV airwaves, and millions of people tuned in droves, whether you liked football or not. But they tuned into ESPN for Monday Night Football, specifically to see the Star Wars Force Awakens trailer. And we're going to watch it together, and then we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to talk about what happened in the aftermath of it. So, Jeff, Eric, have you seen the trailer?
I have, but I can always watch it again.
Okay, Jeff.
The interesting thing is that if you were smart enough, you did not have to watch the extremely pathetic game that was Monday Night Football last night, because it was the Giants and it was the Eagles. So why bother?
By the way, the Eagles did win.
Yes, Eagles did win. But all you really had to do was just simply wait for Twitter to blow up like it did the very second everything went down, and then just go on YouTube or, Jedi Mouseketeer or any other spot that you can find and, watch it that way. But yeah, I did see it. I have seen it many times. I have broke down that trailer in so many different ways. And I've actually broke down all three trailers. I found an interesting video from IGN that they put together. They put a mashup together of all three trailers that we've seen, and somewhat in a way kind of put them in order, which gave a little bit more of a broader look as to the storyline itself. Really interesting.
Yeah, so they think it's in order.
Yeah.
So they think it's
best
in order.
Guess.
Their best guess.
So over on my Facebook profile, go over there. I posted the video over there. Go check it out. It's really interesting to see this mashup that they did. So, but yeah, this trailer was. I felt like a kid again. It was great. Yeah.
That trailer gave me the good times that I remember as a kid, almost as good as the trailer for Star Wars Battlefront, which we can talk about in a little bit.
Yes.
Because the Star Wars trailer for Battlefront, it's my life. It's my life.
Yeah. I mean,
because I literally
Star Wars Battlefront is ridiculously crazy. And
I almost teared up when I saw it for the first time. I was thinking to myself, that is me. That guy in the office, that's me. And anyway, let's watch a trailer.
Yeah,
and let's see that. Now, because Blab is unlike any other service that's out there right now, and it is still in its beta. This is the only
still
way.
In beta.
Hashtag still in beta. This is the way we're going to have to watch it, which is on my iPhone. By the way, also Star Wars. You could buy that at Amazon for $10 for my iPhone
he's not
6
a fan.
Plus.
He's not a fan.
Not a fan. So this is how we're going to watch the trailer together using my iPhone. And yes, it's going to look reflective because of my keyboard and everything, but I'll do my best to keep
right
the glare down.
Right there where you had it was perfect.
Okay. All right.
Reach underneath and hit the play button.
Whoa.
What?
Couldn't you just say hit the play button? Did you have to say reach up underneath? Hey, reach up underneath and hit that play button for me if you don't mind.
Guilty dog barks the loudest there.
That's so wrong the way you said that. Oh God, he's gonna reach up. No, don't. Good Lord.
And if you have any comments about it in the chat, please feel free. So here we go, everybody. Let's watch together and react to the Star Wars
underneath
Force
together
Awakens.
And let's do it.
I'm pressing the button.
He's pressing the button. The button is pressed. He's turning up the volume.
Don't let me down.
There we go. Kinda. Ah, here we go.
A little closer. There you go. Up just a tad.
Who are you? I'm no one. I was raised to do one thing. I've got nothing to fight for. Nothing will stand in our way. I will finish what you started. There are stories about what happened. It's true. All of it. The dark side. The Jedi. They're real. The Force. It's calling to you. Just let it in.
Well,
I
wasn't
still,
that
I
an
still get
experience?
chills when I see and hear that. You know, it's just
Yeah,
Gee
the
whiz.
whole that moment where Han says it's all true. Every bit of it, it's all real. This is the same guy,
the non-believer.
yes, who said ancient weapons and hokey religions are no match for a good blaster at your side. It's all a bunch of superstitious tricks and nonsense. Okay,
That's him.
That's him.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
I actually took screen grabs of it immediately when I got the trailer up on JediMouseketeer.com. So we can break down some of these if you'd like. And the great thing is that these screenshots look freaking amazing. They look so good.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that X-Wing. Holy cow, bro.
That's a good one. Yeah,
And this is more. This is closer to Ralph McQuarrie's original X-wing design.
Yes.
Yep.
Look at that. Look at
So
those.
if
Look
you
at those
look
split engines.
Yeah,
How good is that?
I got to tell you something else that is. I'm sure a lot of irate fanboys who went on these rants about how Disney's going to ruin Star Wars back in 2012 when the acquisition was announced. You know something you didn't see in this trailer?
A Mickey Mouse?
Close.
A Disney
logo.
A Disney logo.
You did not see the Disney logo anywhere unless somebody snuck it into one of those banners up there on the wall where you see the Mandalorian Mythosaurus, I think it is. So, and people are circling that one and saying, Boba Fett is alive. There's proof.
but Eric, you know what else you did not see in this trailer, and what we have not seen in any of the trailers? Mark Hamill.
That's right.
We
You've
have
not
yet
seen his
to
face.
see. We have yet to see Luke Skywalker in these trailers, and that worries me.
No Luke.
No, you've seen him. You just haven't seen his face.
You don't know that that's him. You have no idea that and guaranteed that is him. Think
Do
about
I
it.
have absolute documented proof? No, I do not. But who else could it be? Who else would R2 let pet him like your little dog Miley?
Okay, so what is this? You see this? It's
what is that?
It's Finn. Okay, here's Finn.
Yes.
Yep.
Looks like Rey is right in front of him.
Yes.
Ray is there. Han is there.
Han is that. It looks like Han Solo.
Yes.
But
Yep.
what is this?
What? Yeah.
What
What? I don't know what that is.
3PO's
droid
had a
is that?
makeover.
It's like real steel Star Wars style. It's like, what is
pretty
this?
much. I mean, it's definitely some kind of. It's obviously some kind of droid.
Yeah.
Maybe some sort of guard droid, because they look like they're going into an entrance. And that screen that you're showing right there, with Han, Chewie, and Finn. They got the hands behind their heads. Like hands up, don't shoot, kind of thing.
Yeah.
They've been captured again. So that to me, I just had flashbacks to Return of the Jedi on that one.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes, Nate. The chat does work. Look at this epic. Look at you can barely see it, but this is a TIE Fighter X-wing fight,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty
Yep.
epic. I mean, it's hard
Yeah.
to see, but and let me say that seeing Finn, and we saw this on the last Force Awakens trailer, Finn holding a blue lightsaber in the middle of a forest. People have speculated that's Luke's, and that looks pretty amazing. But when I did a screenshot, here's actually them igniting the lightsaber. They haven't fully. Look how cool that is.
That is very cool.
That I just screen capped it. Now, there was another cap I got with Finn fighting Kylo Ren, and you can't really tell from here. And I'm going to post these screenshots on Jedi Mouseketeer, but you can see the red lightsaber, and as it ignites, you can actually see the strands of plasma going through
Nice.
it. And it is,
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to see, like I said, but you can see the strands of plasma. And to look at Finn's face, he's like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. No one
He's looking. I am so hosed.
And the thing is, this is what I expected from J.J. Abrams. In the movies that he has done in the past, the amount of detail that he puts into his movies, you saw it with the rebirth of the Star Trek series and everything else. And I almost knew for a fact that he was going to do the same type of thing, even when it came to a lightsaber or a TIE fighter or the Falcon or whatever it was. He was going to get that specific details that you were going to be looking for and that you were begging Lucas for so many years. That never did happen. We're finally going to get it this time. And just the look and feel of what he has done with this film so far is nothing short of just amazing. But at the same time, he's not allowing too much to really be revealed in just 3 trailers. I mean, that's amazing. We're only getting 3 trailers up until the release of this film, to not give away so much of the storyline to where it ruins so much. And in a way, it makes people want to see the movie even more. And it's like Al John said, that is why literally the internet broke last night. People trying to watch the trailer and then people trying to buy movie tickets 2 months in advance. Who releases tickets to be, sold to the public 2 months in advance? Well, you do it because it's Star Wars and because it's going to be a movie like this.
6.5 million.
That's like ridiculously crazy already. And the movie's not even out.
It's not out. We're
You know?
going to talk about it. I wanted to show this off because this, to me, is our very first look outside of the poster that was released this past Sunday.
Yeah.
This is Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia, hugging on Han Solo.
Obviously crying for some reason.
Why?
Why
This
is she upset?
Why is she upset?
I'm calling it right now. Luke dies. in this one.
I'm thinking the same thing.
All
Either
right.
Luke goes dark or Luke is going to die. One of the two.
Think about this. Original trilogy, the mentor, the Jedi mentor in the movie dies. In the original trilogy, it was Obi-Wan who died.
Yep.
Prequel trilogy, Obi-Wan
Qui-Gon.
is the hero, but Qui-Gon
Qui-Gon.
is the one that gets killed.
Mhm.
It makes sense. You have recurring things. Recurring things is a standard in your Star Wars movies. You see, like with Anakin and Luke being tempted by the dark side and getting their hand cut off.
Yeah.
You see, like the mentor dying. You see the I want to say the scoundrel who makes good. Although in the prequel trilogy, that's more Jar Jar. And he's not really so much of a scoundrel as a buffoon. So
Yeah.
There are recurring themes. There are recurring elements.
Yeah.
And Luke is not even on the poster at all.
Well, I believe that they're saving Luke for the reveal in the movie theater. That is going to be the biggest reveal, is Luke Skywalker, what he's been up to, and they're going to keep it very guarded.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't believe we're going to even see Luke until maybe a few weeks in the movie posters, until the first or second week of it being in theaters after it has made $1 billion. So
Right.
now the very first time we see Rey, what is she doing? She's climbing like Indiana Jones into some type of.
She is inside a Star Destroyer. That's where
Bingo.
She's in this. Okay, because I was going to speculate that
there is a shot. It's very brief, where you see her shimmying down a rope and she's descending, climbing down into the hangar.
Exactly, the hangar bay. Yep.
There it is. There. That's it. That's it right there.
Yep.
Yep.
I knew we'd be talking about it, so I screenshotted just about everything.
Yeah, you can see the outline, further back into the shot of, where that, I guess, force field barrier would be, where the ships, would come and go in and out of the Star Destroyer and stuff like that. So yeah, that she's scavenging. That is her whole, I think, part of her life is that she's a scavenger and she's looking things for herself, or she's looking things for her village or people or whatever else. And that's why she's there. And that's why she's inside the Star Destroyer.
And that also explains why her speeder bike looks like a half-eaten fudge sickle.
Yeah, she's cobbled it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There she is right here. Look at that. How cool is that? That's just an iconic.
If you take away all of the, crazy stuff that is happening in this trailer, and you just take a look at some of the scenic shots that you've got in this movie, just in the trailer alone, they're absolutely amazing. They're fantastic shots.
A lot of these shots, actually, if I'm not mistaken, are based on Ralph McQuarrie's original Star Wars art. Like this. This was supposed to be based, according to, I think it was, according to Ralph McQuarrie's site, there was actually a frame of Luke looking out over Tatooine or into the city there, but now they've juxtaposed it with Finn looking out into the city. So that's pretty awesome.
I love how they're pulling from his original concept art, but not just with Episode 7, but also with Rebels.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. You all had mentioned the fact that that Fandango. Okay, as soon as this trailer went on, I was like, okay, it's on like neck bone now. We're gonna get tickets to the pre-showing of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I went to our website. I used the app that I downloaded from our website, and we had a special phrase that came up when I went to Fandango that I actually screen capped for that and posted on my Facebook and my Instagram.
I saw that one. Please share.
Yeah.
It says, I find your lack of page disturbing. Is that what I said? I find your lack of page disturbing. Fandango. It read that all night. It got to the point where I just said, I gave up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you saw, I saw on my Facebook feed last night, just, people saying, I can't get in. I can't get in. I can't get in. And I still wonder, the $6.5 million in sales that I mentioned just a minute ago, that's just for IMAX.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's just for IMAX. 390 screens pulled in $6.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff is crazier than an outhouse rat. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, you're exactly right. Well, there was a bunch of controversy over this past weekend. I mean, not only did, yesterday the trailer was released, the whole damn place, Fandango, shut down. The internet went crazy, ablaze, if you will. But the movie poster for The Force Awakens was released as well.
Mm-hmm.
Conspicuously missing, as you mentioned, is the absence of Luke in not only the trailer, but in the poster. So let's look at the poster real quick, okay? This is from JediMasketeer.com.
Yes.
You can see the dark side and the light. And Rey is a central figure right there in the middle. Finn is representing what we believe to be the light side. Kylo Ren on the dark side. We finally got our first glance at Princess Leia in her, the more mature Princess Leia. Han Solo, Chewbacca. Yep. You've got the droids in there. BB-8, the new droid, is in there. Captain Phasma, the
is down
female
there.
trooper, is down
She's
here.
on the light side.
She's on some side. She's in the middle. We don't know what she represents. But looky what we have here. What is this exactly? Because over Finn's head, that's no moon.
That looks like
that's a torpedo sphere.
What is that?
That looks like a new type of Death Star to me.
Is that a Death Star?
What this looks like to me is, and you would see these. I don't think they've been mentioned much outside of the comics or the old role playing game, but it's a torpedo sphere.
Okay, what is that?
I'm not saying that's what this is, but this is what it looks like to me. Looks like a torpedo sphere, which essentially is like a it's the Death Star on more of a budget.
Okay, kind of like in episode 1, how they had those big spheres go down on the planet for Attack of the Clones.
You're talking about the Trade Federation.
Trade Federation, that's right.
Yeah.
But those big spheres that they ended up like a bigger version of that.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm calling it right now. That's exactly what that is.
A torpedo
sphere.
All
and
right.
The reason that I say that, if you go to the Star Wars wiki, which is called Wikipedia, and look up torpedo sphere, it'll have an illustration of it, and it looks like freaking identical.
Okay. I'm doing it right now, as Eric suggests.
As a matter of fact, here I'm gonna take a quick picture of it on my phone.
Okay.
And show you.
So, everybody was speculating that this could be a new Death Star. And by the way, my network is not working right now, so that sucks. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so
well, I mean, in the trailer, you did hear Kylo Ren say that he was going to finish what Vader started.
Okay,
and,
that's true.
Now look at this. Is that
okay?
Yeah.
Is that not almost identical?
All right, that looks good. Let me bring up the poster again, because that reminds me of what the original Death Star and the battle plans looked like on Episode 4.
All right.
Because the Death Star's turret gun, the big wave gun, is located in the middle on the Death Star plans, but it's not located in the middle of the actual Death Star. So
okay, see,
here's
it's like it's in the upper portion of the
Yes.
of the Death Star. Actually,
Okay,
Yes.
what do you think, Jeff?
Looks good. Looks plausible.
I think it's a very good possibility. Yeah.
Oh. Looks good, Eric.
So that's my theory on it. It's basically 1,900 meters around. So it's basically it's a smaller Death Star, a Death Star that's on the size scale of a Star Destroyer.
Oh, interesting.
A little bit larger.
Eric, the fact that you know this stuff seriously disturbs me. You got way too much time on your hand, bud. You got to come down here to Biloxi, man. We got to do something.
Dude, I used to play it.
Me and you need to go drinking or do something. We got to get out. Go to a strip club, whatever we got to do. I mean, it's just we got to get out somewhere.
Well, there was another controversy that went on this weekend, and it also regard to Star Wars, okay? And it actually said something to the effect of Star Wars being racist. Did you guys see this?
Yes.
I heard about that.
Yes, I have seen it. I have heard about it, and I have heard a rumor about it. Go ahead and explain it, and I'll give you the rumor that I'm hearing.
Stupid.
About it.
Okay. So this comes to us now. It was posted on USA Today. However, I'm actually reading this from the Daily Beast, okay, from writer Jen Yamato. It says, racist urge boycott of Star Wars Episode 7 over black lead. And this was posted on the 19th. And it says, wise Jedi warn, fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Ahead of tonight's debut of Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens trailer, also led to a flurry of racist tweets fueled by the boycott Star Wars 7 hashtag, warning that the new Star Wars movie promotes white genocide and was made to demoralize and destroy whites. Somewhere in a galaxy far away, shaking his damn head, Yoda is. Laughably enough, the racist, misogynistic, and anti-Semitic crusaders of the boycott Star Wars 7 movement completely miss the point of every lesson ever built into the Star Wars franchise. But it's telling that their outrage came to a head only when Star Wars marketing campaign began making its push into the mainstream. Tonight's trailer hit during Monday Night Football to push off the new flick to normcore dad masses and to non-diehards who probably haven't even heard that there's a new Star Wars movie coming out, let alone or care about that black man and a woman is cast in its lead. Clearly, these so-called fans aren't too well-versed in their Jedi history. Their tweets do raise many questions like, did the boycott Star Wars 7 realize that their hatred violates Yoda's teachings? Have they forgotten Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu, Billy D. Williams as Lando Calrissian, or realize that the stormtroopers were cloned from material of a genetic Mandalorian bounty hunter, Jango Fett, played by Maori Tamura Morrison? Maori, I believe, is Maori. That is, I believe, Asian.
New Zealand.
Yeah. Do they know that Darth Vader was voiced by James Earl Jones, or that it was the good guys or the rebellion who were accepting of other races and species as they battled the overwhelmingly pasty white evil villains of the Empire? Perhaps not shockingly, a deep dive into the boycott Star Wars 7 hashtag, which is now delightfully dominated by true blue fans ridiculing the racists, yields a curious overlap of the racist Star Wars and oh, okay. I'm not going to read that. That's not good. Yeah, I'm not going to read any of these tweets. They're very bad.
Yeah, this is the one of the stupidest things that I've ever heard, and this is even including everything I hear in politics. But the rumor that I am hearing about this, that I've seen on a couple of sites just today, is that this whole boycott Star Wars deal is nothing more than a troll job. It's not a serious thing. There were some people out there who just said, let's see if we can get the internet worked up into a frenzy, just because we can. And that's what they started. So either So either these people are cackling evilly over the furor they have created, or they're sitting around looking at each other going, well, crap, this seemed like a much better idea at the time.
Yeah.
So, and it, I hate to say it, but it makes too much sense for it to be a troll job than it does to actually be serious.
Yeah.
As cynical as I am, I still want to believe that nobody is this stupid.
Right. Right. You know, the Disney company embraces diversity in all shapes and sizes. And I believe that the Star Wars universe has grown to a point where people are more accepting of the role of women and minorities and all kinds of different people, because that's what the galaxy is made out of. That's what our universe is made out of, you know? And I think it's absolutely asinine that people would even start that. Well, I mean, who cares if Finn is black? You know, it's great because John Boyega is a fan of Star Wars, and he seems like a great person to his fans. And so do the rest of the cast and the people that are creating Star Wars, like some of the people that I know or have met in convention after convention. And I don't claim to know these people. They're not my friends like Jeff and Eric are, you know, but in passing, why do they need to be nice to anybody? You know, why does anyone need to be nice to anybody? They seem to be genuinely excited about this project, excited about the diversity in this project. And more so, I think that they're just excited that they have a great story to tell that fans of all different walks of life will enjoy. And something that this film does and this trailer does is it does awaken the fandom. It does awaken us. It does bring back the memories of our childhood. And that's why the internet broke.
I think you're dead on. I think you're dead on. Yeah, everybody that I talk to about Star Wars, that's the great thing about Star Wars is because it's not just one little niche of the population that's a fan. I mean, you see men and women, all kinds of ethnicities, old and young. As a matter of fact, you know, my dad can't stand to go to movies. He can't stand to go to the theater. He can't sit still that long. We went to see the Star Wars movies. And so, and you talk to these people, like case in point, on Mighty Marvel Geeks back in March, we interviewed Jason Aaron, who's the writer for the Star Wars comic, you know, the Star Wars comic book at Marvel. And you could tell, yes. And he's from Alabama, represent.
Yes.
And so you could tell he's a fan. You had no problems with that. And it's kind of like, he doesn't view this as just a job. No, this is the fanboy in him is just bouncing around. It's kind of like, I get to be a fan. I get to do this and they pay me. So yeah, I think that's the great thing. And yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. I was so tickled. And the reaction of watching the trailer with you all, whether it's you watching with us on Blab, our friends Jeff, Eric, and even Kristen, you know, who's not here tonight, we watched the trailer together, and that's what makes it special. Star Wars is meant to be shared, and to see it with you all on the internet, and to see it with our co-hosts here, our friends, and we've been friends for a while, to see the excitement in y'all's face and in my face as we watch it together makes it so great. It's like when we go to Star Wars Celebration and we watch a trailer together or watch a film together, all of us erupt. And that is what we're doing here. I'm getting chills just thinking about it because I'm hosting a Star Wars Force Awakens party at our local theater, and I have 25 people coming. Some of the friends that I haven't seen in years, but I remember taking those friends, all of us, to Star Wars Revenge of the Sith when it came out in our theater, which was brand new at the time over there at Opry Mills. and all of us are going in costume. They've got grandparents coming, they've got parents, little kids, 3 or 4 different generations of Star Wars fans there. And it's going to be epic. And all of us cannot wait to see the film together as a group. And I just can't wait. It's just going to be so much fun. And today at work, I'm sitting here, I'm on the road all the time, and I'm there in the office. And the first thing they do, because they know me, they walk into the back and they say, "Did you see it?" And I said, "Oh, I saw it." Everybody did that because they all knew I haven't been to this location in years. And the people that were still there remember that I'm a Star Wars fan. I go in the back, and they literally just run to the back and say, "Did you see it?" Because we can watch it again if you want. That's the kind of excite Star Wars incites in people. And that's why this film is going to be the biggest film ever. And I think people don't need to worry about Disney mucking it up.
No.
I think it's great. And Bob Iger himself says he's seen the movie and he cannot wait to show it to the rest of the world.
Now, see, that's the thing. I think these fanboys who are upset, who are saying, "Oh, Disney's going to screw it up. Disney's going to screw it up." The only mental image they get, their only your perception of Disney would be singing warthogs and fairy tale princesses. And the hardcore,
which, by the way, they do very well.
Yes, they do, but they also do other things. They can handle other genres and do them well. So that to me, I do my best to enlighten these uncouth Philistines, but one person can only do so much.
That's right. I think it's been really cool that, this is WDW After Dark, of course, the webcast for fans and late night talk fans. And, we love The Walking Dead. We love all kinds of different stuff other than Disney. And we can talk, with a beer, and we can be adults about our discussions and not sugarcoat things. But the great thing about, cheers to you, my friend. But I think one of the great things about us is the fact that we embrace the fandom of everybody. We bring Marvel, Disney, and Star Wars fans together, which was my goal. And you all knew this when I came into Sorcerer Radio, our G-rated product, right? So I wanted to make sure that people from Marvel and Disney and Star Wars fans all came to a place where they thought they could enjoy themselves and discuss all things Disney. And we've done that. We have really done that. And I think it is because of people like us that are vocal about all cool things geeky being under one roof and professing that to other geeks who may not be aware of the different sides of Disney, the Disney company, and how well they treated the people at Pixar and how they treated the Henson brands and the people that love working for Henson and for the Muppet brand, I should say. And those other properties that we're really just doing what we can to bring those fandoms together. And I think this film is going to galvanize that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to galvanize the fandoms to say, you know what? They had that whole non-interference thing with Marvel that Eric mentioned a few weeks back. They did great. They did the same thing with Pixar. They're doing it with Star Wars. And everybody will put their own thoughts aside. They'll enjoy the movie for what it is. They won't see the Disney intro, and they're going to love it. And they're going to leave the theater wanting more of it. And they're going to say, you know what? Y'all at Sorcerer Radio, y'all at Jedi Mouseketeer, y'all at After Dark, y'all were right. And we will be vindicated.
So just go ahead and acknowledge that we're right on this now. Save yourself the wait. Yes. It'll be much easier that way.
Yeah, that's right. Enjoy the film. And by golly, just buy the damn tickets through our Fandango link at wdwafterdark.com. By golly. Well, I don't know what the rest of our chat room has to say regarding this. Nate Kripe is joining us again. Said the Star Wars trailer with mashup of Disney animation clips is pretty funny. Yes. I think it was like Aladdin singing A Whole New World getting shot down by a bunch of TIE fighters. That was pretty good.
And Jafar is in one of the TIE fighters. I thought that was good.
Yeah, when I saw that, I said, "Hey, Kristen, look at this. You gotta check this out. It's like Tiana's Princess Leia or something. It's ridiculous. Cool stuff. Cool stuff." And we also appreciate everyone out there tweeting that the show has gone live. So thank you all. We appreciate it. If you enjoy what we're doing, tell your friends. We do appreciate that. And once again, check out all of our archives at WDWAfterdark.com. Now, unless there's any other further news or discussion, we should talk about our other discussion topics. And Eric just happens to have them. We have a new segment. Eric, you want to tell us about it?
Okay.
And how we're going to do this?
The segment, we are trying out a new segment this week. If it goes over well, we'll do it again. So the name of the segment is Would You Rather? It's where I, the host, throw out questions to Aljon and to Jeff, and they have a choice. Either one or would you rather this or would you rather that? It's like, would you rather vanilla or chocolate? That sort of thing. And hijinks ensue. So first question, gentlemen.
Okay.
Would you rather A, have a permanent free dining offer at Walt Disney World, or B, be offered a free Disney Vacation Club package?
Oh, wow. Who's going to start this? Jeff?
Is it
I
for
came
life?
out with a heater, man. I'm telling you.
This is a heater. And hey, y'all in the chat room, feel free. Because
Yes.
this is a difficult question.
Is the are the options for life or just like for a year?
It's permanent. Permanent. Like
I
a
know what I'm gonna say.
DVC package, a DVC membership, depending on where you're at, is either 40 or 50 years.
Wow.
So we might as well talk permanent on each one.
Okay.
All right. So it's
If you're
either
just now
permanent
joining,
DVC.
if you're just now joining, let me repeat. Would you rather A, have a permanent free dining offer for Walt Disney World? In other words, you go Disney World, you eat for free forever. Or B, have a free, absolutely free Disney Vacation Club membership.
I'm going to go with DVC membership.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go for.
Okay.
I too will say DVC.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the
How about you, Eric?
you know what? I would have to go with free DVC as well. I'm a former DVC owner. I enjoyed it. And, if you're going to give that to me, I'll take it, hands down. In the chat room, Nate says Vacation Club. He said you can always get your money back if that is not used.
Okay.
Not quite, but if you could rent them out. There are organizations out there where you can rent out the points that you're not using, so that's a good thing. Yes, that could bring you back money.
Well, you're not
Nicole,
paying for it though. You're getting it for free. So what money would you get back?
well, that's what I'm saying. If you're not using it, you rent them out. You make a little coin off of it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you.
Nicole says dining hands down, but she qualifies it. She says I'm a local annual pass holder, so I'd use that more. That makes sense.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
If you're local,
Okay.
you really don't need Vacation Club.
Okay.
And we also have a quick question in here. The Simondo asks, how many times have you watched the trailer?
Oh,
We're doing a quick callback.
Oh wow.
I stopped counting.
I think I've seen it. I think I've seen it at least 15 times since it was released.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. At least 15 times.
Scientifically speaking, we've seen it a bunch.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Moving
it won't be the
on to
last
question
either.
number 2. We have 10 questions. Question
Wow,
number
this
2.
is great, Eric. All right.
Would you rather A, bring back the original Horizons, or would you bring back the original Journey into Imagination?
Oh, holy cow.
This is so easy for me. This is so easy.
Okay, Jeff, then you start us off.
Horizons. No question. Horizons.
Okay.
That to me, Horizons had so many different ties into other parts of Disney that maybe a lot of people did not notice or didn't know about.
Such as?
And like Carousel of Progress, for instance.
Okay.
And that attraction is just near and dear to my heart. The day that they said that structure was going to have to come down and that attraction was going to go away just absolutely killed me. It killed me.
Killed a lot of people.
As much as I do love Journey into Imagination, and I guess we've seen this now, there's only so much you can do with that type of an attraction. With Horizons, there was room for so much growth, and as far as technology wise and so many other different areas. But with Imagination, I'm going to go with Horizons on it.
And pertaining to this particular vidcast, it did kind of predict the future with the little birthday party there at the end where you have, it's a video conference. It's a video conference for a birthday, and that's exactly what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Go figure.
All right,
How
John.
about that? I will say the same thing.
Okay.
So, Horizons is a great thing. I mean, look, I like Dreamfinder and Figment, and even though that the attraction is a shell of its former self, Journey into Imagination, Horizons would be great to have back in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I know that's not going to happen, but one can only dream, right? I mean, that to me is a attraction that's just as relaxing as Spaceship Earth and Carousel of Progress all rolled into one.
Okay.
It's fun times.
All right.
Yep.
And now I don't know what Kristen would say, but I know that she has so much love for Figment, and Dreamfinder, which hopefully we'll get Dreamfinder on the show real soon, guys. So hopefully that'll work out great when I'm back in the studio. How about you, Eric?
Honestly, guys, this is probably the only one that I cannot decide. I mean, the first time that I went to Epcot was in '85. And I rode the crap out of Horizons. First of all, you would have to ride it 3 times just so you could choose the different ways to get home. So that was, at the time, that was interactive. That was interactive attractions. And plus, I just loved the future feel of it. You were under the water, you're under the sea, you were out in the desert, you were up in space. And at the same time, I also rode the heck out of Imagination because it was trippy.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. I've thought about this for every reason that I could come up with to say Horizons. I could also come up with one to say Imagination. So I'm going to have to call a draw on this one.
Okay. I guess we'll allow it. It's your game after all.
It is your, yeah.
Although if push came to shove right this minute, I would say Horizons. So would you rather, question number 3, would you rather take a Disney cruise to A, the Caribbean, or B, Alaska?
All right. I can go with that first.
Okay.
Although I have not been to Alaska,
yes,
I will still take the Caribbean. And I did a couple cruises already in the Caribbean. And I'll tell you, it is so relaxing. It's not because I don't want to experience something new.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just because I enjoyed it so much. I just want to go again. And both Kristen and my father have gone to Alaskan cruises, and they really enjoyed it. And I think that it would be interesting to get Kristen's take on this particular question, as she's done both. So, and I challenge our chat room, if you've ever done that, chime in, because I haven't taken an Alaskan cruise. Eric, have you ever done an Alaskan cruise?
I've never done an Alaskan cruise. I've done like seven or 8 Caribbean ones.
Yeah, it's nice. That's why you're a pirate inside.
Arr. All right, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Alaska on this one.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I've done the Caribbean, which is, of course, fantastic. You know, the beaches, the water, but Alaska is that last, frontier that holds so many different secrets and amazing things that you can experience when you're up there. Sailing past a glacier, seeing a bear, on the bank, trying to catch fish, or learning about the, heritage of the Eskimos and so many other different things that Alaska has to offer, which I have never gotten to experience before.
You've been watching the Travel Channel lately, haven't you?
I watch the Travel Channel consistently. All the time. I mean, all the time.
It's hard not to watch. To be quite
that's
honest.
true. That's true.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Especially for us.
I mean, Nicole in the chat, Rich. I mean, Nicole says it's cold. Yeah, it is cold.
Not all the time.
Not all the time. It does. The temperatures do get up there, during the summer and everything. But there's just so much to experience, and it's so much easier to make it to the Caribbean than it is to make it to Alaska.
You're right.
Well, the Caribbean is much closer to us, first of all.
Yeah, if you're living up there in, Seattle or something else, it's different. Okay, hey, the Caribbean's so far away. Alaska's right there.
Yeah, that's where I used to live.
Being down here, I would want to do Alaska, definitely, 100%. I'd love it.
I'm with you. I've done the Caribbean, done it 7 times. I've never tried the Alaska cruise, but I've wanted to do it for ages and ages. As a matter of fact, we were on the Wonder right before it went into dry dock. This was like the last cruise for the Caribbean that they were doing before they went into dry dock to refit it for the Alaska cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nicole and I were chatting the other night, and I had watched this movie on Netflix. I think that takes place up in Montana or something, and just the views of the mountains and the snow, and it was Christmas time and everything else. And we started talking about different locations, for vacationing and those small towns that you would like to live. That's the type of place that I want to be in, as I get up there in my years and decide to maybe retire. I want that type of picturesque of what Alaska has to offer, that type of feel. And to get something like that and get close to it would be an Alaskan cruise, no doubt about it. Yeah. The lodges are fantastic up there. And so,
Nate says neither. The Titanic wasn't supposed to sink, and look what happened to that. Hey, Nate, I hate to tell you this, buddy, but they've made some improvements since 1911, and mainly in the number of lifeboats. So, yes. 3 words: mandatory lifeboat drill.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yes. Okay.
That's why they do them. Yeah.
All right. Question number 4. Would you rather A, star in a Disney movie, or B, a Star Wars movie?
Oh, hell.
What the crap, man?
When I throw heaters, I throw heaters.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I think it's pretty easy for me to answer that, so I think I shall go ahead and do that. I shall say that I would like to star in a Star Wars movie. All right, and I've always loved that universe. I started really digging that universe first, and since Star Wars is part of the Disney, Disney Pantheon, I would still be a part of the Disney family. So
you'd be under the umbrella. I can see that.
I'd be under the umbrella. So, I think I would want to be a Star Wars character. So.
Okay.
That's me.
All right.
Jeff?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, that's a because, you know, whether it be a Disney movie or a Star Wars movie, you know, both will live in infamy, you know, for all time. And I guess I'm going to have to go with Star Wars simply because there's been too many situations and occasional Disney movies that have seriously flopped and did not, you know, meet expectations and did not do well. Not to saying that there haven't been maybe a Star Wars movie or two that, you know, maybe didn't live up to expectations. Not exactly flopped, but, you know, but yeah, I'd have to go with Star Wars. Underperformed, yeah. So I'm going to go with Star Wars on this. Yeah.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I find your lack of faith disturbing, Aljon.
Only if I get to be a Sith. That's the what has to be in the contract. I have to be a Sith.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Everything is proceeding according to my design, Lord Davis.
So, Star Wars.
I'm actually going to go away from y'all, and I'm going to say a Disney movie, because Disney movies, for the most part, that do well, are animated, and I think I would be better as a voice actor than a real actor. You know, I should not say that. If there are people, there are voice actors out there who I know, and they probably would take offense at that. So I would say I'm better as a voice actor than a face actor. We'll put it that way.
Okay.
And plus, the way Disney kind of merchandises and you know, just plays off movies with the TV shows and the direct-to-video sequels and all that, it's a steady freaking paycheck.
Eric, you could have been the long-lost character in Frozen. How would you feel about that?
Let it go, Jeff.
Oh, Lord.
Yoo-hoo! Big summer blowout.
Oh, jeez. Okay. How did I not see that coming?
Right? Yeah.
All right. Halfway point of the segment. Would you rather A, work on the Jungle Cruise, or B, Kilimanjaro safaris? You will be wearing the same outfit either way.
Right.
Yeah.
How about you, Eric? You start us off.
Eric, you go first. Yeah.
Jungle Cruise, dude. You have been around me enough to know that the bad jokes are pretty much right up my alley. I will tell these bad jokes for free.
Nice.
Aljon?
Oh, Jungle Cruise. The Jungle Cruise, man. It's just so much fun. You know, if you flub up, you could cover up. If you flub up on Kilimanjaro safaris and someone's got that on video, guess what? That's not a gazelle. I don't know what the hell kind of, you know, animal that is. You know, I mean, you know, I look.
That out there, that's a wild Gallumphosaurus Rex.
But the spotter guide above our head says that's a Thompson's gazelle.
Exactly.
This is a theme park attraction, not National Geographic. Sit down and shut up.
What?
Exactly. Yeah, I think I'd have a lot more fun being a Jungle Cruise skipper. You know, so I think the Jungle Cruise for me. You know.
Okay.
I just hate the fact that they don't carry cap guns anymore.
Yeah.
For good reason, I know, but still.
All right, Jeff.
Hefe.
I'm a truck guy. I
Okay.
love 4-wheel drive.
Okay.
And opportunity to get to drive that sucker off road. Oh yeah, I'm all about that.
Okay.
All about it. And so yeah, Kilimanjaro for me.
Okay. Simba 1, Jeff Davis, I see you down there. Go poorly, very slowly. I don't want you
And see, this
bumping
is
into
why
my
Eric
animals.
wants to be in a Disney movie. This is the reason why right here.
Okay, so Eric, that he needs to do the whole spiel, from that, just make a little twist, make a little turn, we need a Wilson, there, to do it.
Okay. Question number 6. Would you rather have a permanent pass, that's like an annual pass that never expires, to A, Disneyland, or B, Walt Disney World?
Easy. Walt Disney World for me.
Disney World for me.
Okay.
I'm a lot closer.
Yeah.
It makes more sense financially for me to have that pass. I mean,
There's just more to do, It's with Disneyland to me. I mean, it's California Adventure and Disneyland. And you're done.
Yeah. There's history at Disneyland. There's nostalgia at Disneyland. But I mean, like earlier when I couldn't decide between Horizons and Imagination, for every pro you give for Walt Disney World, there's a pro you can give for Disneyland.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I would say Disney World as well, simply because of location. I can't drive to Disneyland over the course of one day.
Yeah.
I mean, I could try. I'm sure it would be like Blues Brothers, where you have like the umpteen cop cars following you. But
it'd be like Vacation for me with Chevy Chase.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, question 7. Are we 7? Yes, we're 7.
Oh, and by the way, can we back up for a second on that?
Yes, let's back up a second.
Let me say that when it comes down to full park experiences, you look at Disneyland, because I love that park, and you look at California Adventure, you can spend more than a full day at both those parks.
Yes.
I can also say the same thing about the Magic Kingdom and Epcot. I really can't say that right now about Hollywood Studios and about Animal Kingdom.
Hollywood Studios right now is a half-day park.
Yeah.
It's going to be that way until Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land open up.
Disneyland is so rich. There's so much to do. I hate to count them short and discount it. And right now, the same can be said about DCA. It is so good. It is amazing. And so I just wanted to get that out there that, proximity, I think, is more of a thing for me. And value, I think both sides have incredible value. You do get slightly more at the Walt Disney World side in terms of parks, because there are 2 more parks.
Yeah.
But in terms of what they offer, I mean, I'd be hard pressed. I mean, if I had 4 days on the West Coast and 4 days on the East Coast, I feel I could fill those both with great experiences.
Oh, yes. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel shortchanged by any stretch. And for people listening out there, the West Coast is a great place. If you can get there, it's cool, but
sure, yeah.
Walt Disney World, for me, the resorts kind of push it over the edge for me, because if I'm staying on property, especially those nice properties, the food, the amenities, everything about it is just awesome. Downtown Disney is much better in the Orlando side. So
Don't you mean Disney Springs?
Disney Springs. Okay.
Disney
It takes me forever to bring that. Okay. So anyway,
it's funny that you mentioned the resorts, because question number 7 is pertaining to that. All right. Would you rather have a home themed to A, the Polynesian resort, or B, the Contemporary?
Nice. We'll go with Jeff.
I've never stayed at either, so it's hard to say.
But you've
been
visited
there.
both, right?
I visited both. Yeah, I visited both.
Okay.
I'm going to have to say the Polynesian.
Okay.
I would have to agree with Jeff, the Polynesian.
I'm totally
love the
going
culture.
opposite of you guys. I'm going
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because I like the decor. I love the decor at Polynesian. I mean, if wishes were horses, my house would be themed to the Wilderness Lodge. But just for this particular question, the Contemporary is closer to what I like than
I'm right there with
Polynesian.
you, Eric, on that one. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I almost threw in Wilderness Lodge, but oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think you could broaden that entire thing. You know, if you had to theme your home and to a current Disney resort, which one would it be?
That was a Silicon Bowl question not too awful long ago.
I seem to remember that. I can tell you that the Poly for me, I just love that culture. It's obviously I'm Filipino, but so I get that, but I just love that resort. I just feel like I'm walking into another world.
Oh yeah.
A vacation world, and I'm sure you feel the same way about the Polynesian or about the Contemporary as well.
Yeah.
But
Nicole says,
I've always
chat room
wanted
says,
my bedroom to be themed Polynesian wise. Have like the tiki lights on each side of the bed, and have the specific bamboo, lamp, next to the bed, and all that.
Yeah.
I'm like Al John. I'm just drawn to that a little bit more than the
I mean,
it's not that I don't think the Contemporary is, an absolutely beautiful resort, and the rooms are themed very modern and very appealing. But
I do like Bay Lake Towers, though, better than
that.
Oh yeah,
I'm including Bay Lake Towers in Contemporary. So
yeah.
Nicole in the chat room says Grand Floridian. That's not
Not
bad. Not bad.
not
It's
my
a little
style.
not my style, but it's beautiful.
good choice.
Okay, question number 8. Would you rather have in your hometown A, an Earl of Sandwich, or B, a Ghirardelli?
Eric?
Earl.
I'll say Earl too.
Earl.
Yeah.
And Nicole chimes in again, says, we have both in Tampa. Well,
I know.
special.
Naturally. she's in Tampa.
I know, Nicole.
Yeah.
That's why I do like Tampa, just for that. Yes.
Yeah.
When I had Earl of Sandwich for the first time last year during my trip, it became an instant favorite right then and there.
Yeah.
It's just that good.
The
So
full
good.
Montague,
Oh gosh, yeah. That's what
I
had.
drool just thinking about that.
Oh man, that's so good.
Yeah, Kristen would probably agree. Earl of Sandwich too, and my favorite is the Thanksgiving sandwich.
That's
favorite
pretty good. Yeah.
of all time. It's like my favorite sandwich, and even when it's not Thanksgiving, guess what I order? The Thanksgiving sandwich, because I love the turkey, cranberry sauce, gravy. Man, it just is everything I love about that. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Question the 9th.
Wow.
Would you rather be a Jedi or an Avenger?
God, Eric, this is good. This is good.
Ooh, Peter.
Who's first?
Mm.
I'll tell you what I'll say. I'd like to be an Avenger.
Okay.
Once again, if I had to choose between the two, the first thing I've ever gravitated toward as a child were comic books, Marvel comic books in particular. I have fond memories of going to the drugstore down the street from my grandmother, with my grandmother and my grandfather, going to the drugstore next door, just right down the street. And we used to live in Seattle, and we would pick up Spider-Man comics without fail. And oh my gosh, I wanted to be an Avenger since I was a little kid. And to this day, I think I would have to be an Avenger. And in fact, I actually wrote some of my friends at Marvel and said, by the way, if Tony Stark ever needed an Asian friend who happened to play guitar to help run Stark Industries in his absence, you can write me in as that character. I will give you my permission. You can do that. You can make it happen.
He is the Iron Guitarist, ladies and gentlemen. Dun, dun, dun.
Exactly. You don't even have to put me in a suit of armor. I could just be like Happy Hogan in the background. It's like, hey, boss, what's up? You know, Pepper and I are going out to bring some stuff back. Do you want anything? You know, I mean, literally.
There you go.
You know, they wrote Lou Mangello into a comic. Did you know this?
No, I didn't.
They did, and I have it. It's Spider-Man, I think issue 777, something 777. Or, you know, it was right before they switched it over, and it's and there's a screen cap I posted once, and it was Lou Mangello, WDW radio or something like that. Can you comment on this? And he's asking Peter Parker something, and I was just like, I cannot believe it. But the writer of the book is actually a fan of WDW radio, and I just said, guys, you did this for him, but you don't do it for me. I hook you up. I'm the guy giving you the hookup with my job. And anyway,
yeah, it's kind of like in it'd be kind of like in I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. With it's kind of, Thor looks over at Iron Man, going, "Yea, verily, what be yon minstrel behind you?" Well, that's my theme music. Every hero's got to have his theme music.
Exactly.
All right, Jeff.
Jedi.
Okay. Good deal.
The force is strong with you,
Jedi,
sir.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
There is good in him.
It's hard to choose. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to choose. That's a good one, Eric.
I am actually going to go with Avenger as well. Not surprising, as I am one of the hosts of Mighty Marvel Geeks Saturday nights on Sorcerer Radio. But like you, I grew up reading comic books, and I would even, Lord, the collector in me is screaming at my younger self for this, because what I would do, I would cut the figures out of the comic book pages, and I would play with them, do my own adventures with them.
Right.
And so, and in high school, I'd kind of like draw my own books, and my first job out of college was as a comic book artist, as primarily a colorist. I did a little inking, little editing, little lettering, but that is something that I truly, thoroughly enjoyed. So put me in as an Avenger.
Let's see. I was that kid who, especially like after Return of the Jedi came out, I was that kid in the woods behind my house where I spent majority of my childhood with a stick.
There.
Yeah, I'm still there. With a stick that as closely as possible resembled a lightsaber. And, I thought that, I was out there, saving the galaxy and everything else. And because I never got into the whole comic book thing, I guess that's why I don't have the tie to, Marvel and the Avengers. I mean, not that I don't like the characters; they're fantastic, and the movies are fantastic. But I was always a Jedi at heart. So
we all were, Jeff. I have so many memories like yourself. It's funny. When I was in high school, we were shooting a couple different films. Our friends were just as geeky as we are today. And we would actually take our Star Wars action figures. I think we were freshmen in high school, and we would take our VHS camcorders and like recreate Hoth outside. And it's like videotape. It's like, oh, let's set off some fireworks and smoke bombs, and let's make this cool.
Single Rider 4 in the chat room.
Go ahead.
My G.I. Joe figures and my Star Wars figures would just have an all-out battle.
Oh, there you go.
And it wasn't lopsided or anything like that. But I had some epic battles in that backyard. I mean, that
Well,
would blow
at
people away if it were a movie, you know?
At least your GI Joe figures had like 5 to 7 points of articulation. The Star Wars figures back in the
Star
day,
Wars was like
yeah, it's like
Up and down, up and
it's like
down.
up and down, up and down.
Hey, I am a Jedi. But, in the chat room, Single Rider 4, he says Jedi. If you were an Avenger, you could end up lame like Hawkeye. Well, in the movies, he's not quite that lame.
He's not
He also
lame.
goes on to say,
He's
"I
good.
ate my comic books." Lots of
Oh,
fiber
wow.
in your diet, was there?
Okay,
That's right. Yeah.
interesting.
Okay. Question the last. Question
Okay.
the last. All right. Pay attention because this is a little tricky one. Would you rather A, look like a Disney character,
Oh, Lord.
or B, have a Disney character created to look like you?
Here comes the smolder.
Oh, jeez.
I mean,
Nicole
would you
in the
want
chat
to
room.
look like an existing Disney character or have one created to look like you?
Oh, I would do the latter personally. I would love to have a Disney character look like me and be in the next Big Hero 6 sequel. That would be amazing. Because Big Hero 6 is an amazing film, by the way. Yeah, I think it would be cool. I think I would translate I kind of look like an Asian version of Wreck-It Ralph, probably. Probably, or yeah. So yeah, it'd be fun. I think it would be fun to do that. So, how about well, and we have some before we get into our answers. We do have stuff in the chat. By the way, Nicole says the Lightning and the Predators are going to go into overtime. Yes, I know this. So it's Nicole's team versus my team and Kristen's team. So that's where Kristen is right now, watching the game. So
I got to side with y'all with you two as well, because any team that has a Smilodon as its mascot, yeah, I'm down with.
yeah, well, there you go. Thank you for that. Thanks for not going to Nicole's side.
We had something like that with the old XFL. We had the Birmingham Thunderbolts, and yeah, I still have the T-shirt and the hat
Hey.
and the golf balls and
Well, and Vince McMahon thanks you for that.
yeah. Also worked the concession stands during the XFL games.
Very good. Very good. By the way, Single Rider 4 says in the chat, I want to look like LeFou.
He also says,
Okay.
I want to look like Herbie the Love Bug. Well, that's a weird combination.
That's interesting.
C Stone says A, wants to look like a Disney character. I'd settle for looking like any of the female leads. Okay, that's cool.
Okay, that's
There you go.
good.
That's cool.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Well, they are based on real life people, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like Glenn Keane, key animator for a lot of the modern era films, actually based a lot of his characters on either his wife or his kids. So
See,
there you go.
There you go.
His Ariel, I think he designed Ariel to look like his wife, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, cool.
So,
I would have to go with B as well. As a matter of fact, I actually tried to get the four of us illustrated as a commission from Disney animator Tom Bancroft, but unfortunately he was not. It could not work into his schedule. So he said, I love what y'all are doing, but I just do not have the time to do it.
well, yeah, well, that's cool. Tom Bancroft, by the way, lives in Nashville, and he's a great guy. We've had him on Tiki Room, and such a great guy.
Yeah, it was right after he was on y'all show that I asked him.
Yeah, well, very cool. Hopefully, we'll have him back real soon. Jeff, how about you?
I'm gonna have to go with B.
Here you go. I think we'd look pretty good as Disney characters.
Single Rider says, I worked for Tom on Mulan. Really?
Oh, well, there you
Who
go.
did you work on? Mushu,
Oh,
very good.
Just like the park, just like in the park. I talked to Tom recently, and he said that last year when he went to Hollywood Studios and did see the animation film, that he sat back and laughed at himself because it was so long ago when he did that film with him and Mushu. He thought it was great though that it was still being shown, So
good deal, and way to go, Single Rider. We're glad you joined us about that and threw that out there.
Yeah, awesome stuff, man. Well, that's a pretty cool segment, Eric. I enjoyed that. That was like a fast, good time around there of Disney discussion.
So we'll probably have to do this again as soon as I can come up with 10 more would you rather questions.
Well, thank you for that, Eric. I appreciate that. Right now, we're wrapping things up on the program, and usually this show is fun-filled news, but we decided to take a little bit of a break. And if you like it, great. Please let us know.
Yes.
What you like about the show. If you want to bring back certain segments, if you want to bring back some type of other type of discussion, or if you have any type of questions, we'd be happy to help answer them as it pertains to Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, all things Disney, really. Any other questions, comments, or snide remarks before we wrap this show up in a big bow? I tell you what, let's go ahead and do a little roll call and tell people where people can find you on the interwebs and follow you, Mr. Jeff Davis.
Over on Twitter at DW_60, and also over on Facebook as well. You can find me in those two different spots.
That's right. And listen to Jeff every Thursday morning on Sorcerer Radio's DW60, where he brings you all kinds of great news. And Mr. Eric Allen.
Okay, you can reach me in two places on Twitter, which is at Uncle Servo, which is the one that I'm on now. That's for general shenanigans and Marvel-related items. And you can also tweet me at Sorcom Review, which is the name of the show that I do Tuesday mornings on Sorcerer Radio. The show also has a Facebook page at facebook.com/Sorcom Review.
Outstanding. And subscribe to his Mighty Marvel Geeks program. We like the Mighty Marvel Geeks podcast. Yes. That's great. Please feel free to follow us at WDW After Dark on Facebook, W After Dark. I don't even know where I'm at right now. It's been a long few days. WDW After Dark webcast on Facebook and WDW After Dark on Twitter. And you can find me at JediMouseketeer.com. All my social media is there. Hope you follow me. We just gave away that Marvel print from Choice Collectibles, and that was a lot of fun. We're going to give away a Star Wars print here in a couple of weeks from renowned artist Brian Rood, who does a lot of artwork for the Art of Disney stores, and every single piece of Hasbro and merchandise that's out right now, the different guns and Nerf guns and things. He does all the art for that. So Brian Rood has got another piece that we have up for grabs coming up to celebrate Star Wars: The Force Awakens. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So follow me at Jedi Mouseketeer as well. And also listen to the WDW Tiki Room on Sorcerer Radio every Friday mornings. We just put out a brand new podcast this past Friday, which happens to be from the New York Comic-Con regarding Star Wars Rebels. Great audio there that came from Dave Filoni, the supervising director of Star Wars Rebels, and Ashley Eckstein in there, Taylor Gray, who plays Ezra, and, of course, Sarah Michelle Gellar, the latest addition to the Star Wars Rebels cast. And, by the way, Sarah Michelle Gellar, she's still hot. So she's great, by the way. And she's a lot of fun. So listen to that on WDW Tiki Room. And we're going to have more great podcasts. I believe I'm going to try to get the audio for the for the Marvel Battlegrounds panel that happened for Disney Infinity. So we're going to feature that this week on Tiki Room. It's going to be a lot of fun there on Sorcerer Radio. So in the meantime, on behalf of Kristen at diningatdisney.com, thank you for tuning in to our live blab. This will be up on YouTube soon, later on this week, as well as podcast form on iTunes. And we do appreciate you spreading the word about WDW After Dark. So on behalf of the team, don't forget, it's better after dark, and we'll see you all next week. Take care.
revolution is here.
Next stage, next grade, next wave.
The new Sorcerer Radio app, version 4.0.
Take your favorite Disney park music and SR shows with you everywhere you go.
The new Sorcerer Radio app, version 4.0.
There's a lot of satisfaction in developing ideas into realities.
We went back to the drawing board with an all-new design and features that you've been asking for.
To infinity and beyond!
All new design, daily schedule page, Sorcerer Radio Disney News page, keep on screen, sleep timer, screen lock display, Bluetooth display, visual buffer, iOS 8 compatible, iPad compatible, optimized for the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, coming soon to Android. And the best part, it's free.
Download.
The new Sorcerer Radio app, version 4.0.
Download it for free.
Thank you for traveling with us.
All Disney music all day long. Sorcerer Radio. SRSounds.com.
Crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Weeby Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Weeby Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at WeebyGeeks.net. Weeby Geeks, your voice for the Geek Revolution. Want to know more?